The word grounded gets thrown around a lot in the wellness and spiritual spaces. People talk about how important it is to be grounded and how if you're feeling off, you might be ungrounded. But nobody actually takes the time to explain what being grounded actually means and how we can accomplish it. So today, I'm going to cover what being grounded means in simple everyday terms, how you can tell if you're grounded or not, and what can throw you off, and finally, how we can work on being grounded. So first off, a simple explanation of what being grounded means is feeling connected to your body and the present moment to the point that your emotions and surroundings don't overwhelm you. So some ways that being grounded will show up in the body would be the ability to think clearly, the body feeling relaxed and settled, confidence in yourself and making decisions. Emotions are present, they're just not running the show. Being grounded doesn't mean that you're not going to have any reaction to negative things around you. We're not robots. It just means that you have a stable center to return back to after a disruption has occurred. On the other hand, some ways that being ungrounded would show up in the body would be the total opposite of everything I just mentioned. So, more distracted, cloudy thoughts. The body would feel more tense and scattered. There would be lack of confidence in yourself and your decision making. So, a lot of second guessing. And there would be stronger emotional reactions to things in everyday life. So, if someone flips you off in the middle of traffic on your way to work, someone who's ungrounded will still be thinking about that during lunchtime and will probably need to retell that story to about 8 different people because they're still carrying it with them. Now, there are a couple of situations that could cause a person to become ungrounded. A few examples would be moving to a new home, starting a new job or position, ending or starting a new relationship, going through some type of major schedule change. So maybe you're used to working daytime shifts and now you're working nights or vice versa. Going through some type of grief or loss would also be another factor. Now, before I get into what we can do about it, I want to explain why being ungrounded shows up the way it does in our bodies and why certain life changes can throw us off. It has to do with the fact that they affect our root chakra. Now, I know some people have some knowledge of the chakras, but for those of you who don't, the simple definition of a chakra is an energetic point in our body that influences certain emotional and physical aspects of our lives. The root chakra in particular affects our feelings of groundedness, safety, and stability. So when things get stirred up in those areas of life that are related to the root chakra, it throws it out of balance and we start to notice the emotional and physical challenges. The location of the root chakra, if you're looking at the back, is at the base of your spine. And if you're looking at the front of your body, it's right above the pubic bone. So now let's get into what we can do when we're in these types of situations to help get our root chakra back in balance and start feeling grounded again. There are actually a couple of different things that you could do that would complement each other, such as yoga and meditation. But today I'm going to touch on my specialty, which is working with crystals. First off, I want to share how I approach crystals. Crystals are not quick magic fixes, but they're not just placebo props either. Crystals are energetic systems as well as our bodies, and this is why crystals can change conditions around us to support our energetic systems when we work with them. Here are some ways that we can use crystals and the types that are most commonly used when doing grounding work. If the disruption is more of a physical, external type, like moving to a new home or starting a new job, placing crystals within those spaces can help to bring the grounding energies back into your environment. So at home, you can try placing crystals by your front door, in your foyer, or any rooms where you spend the most time. At work, you can try placing crystals within your office space or at your desk if you tend to work at your desk a lot. If the change is more of an internal emotional type, like going through grief or adjusting to major schedule changes, then carrying a crystal on you throughout the day can be more supportive, as well as placing it on your root chakra when you rest or meditate. The most commonly used crystals for grounding work are red, black, brown, and silver colored ones. You could also try combining the two methods and place crystals in your space as well as carry them on you. I actually did this myself recently because my family and I moved from Texas to North Carolina just a few weeks ago. And even though I was really excited about the move and I love our new city and I love our home, my root chakra got thrown out of whack because there have been a lot of changes to go through. I'm definitely feeling much better, but there are still some challenging days. And this leads me to the final part of my discussion about grounding that a lot of people don't tell you, and that is being grounded is never going to be a permanent state. And being ungrounded doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that life is shifting around you and your foundation needs some care. Grounding work is an ongoing process and a daily practice because you don't just get over major life changes overnight, no matter how strong the crystals are. And unexpected things are going to pop up in life. The same way that people focus on drainage for their house and keeping their gutters clean to divert water away to keep their foundation in good health, we have to do ongoing care for our energetic foundations as well. I hope this gave you some clarity on this whole being grounded business. And if you'd like to dive deeper into the chakra system or get more specific about which crystals you could use for your home, I'm releasing 2 free resources. One is the non-woo-woo guide to chakras, and the other is Pretty with Purpose, Crystals for a Cozy Home. You can sign up for either one using the link down below. And if you'd like to join more conversations like this, you are welcome to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for spending some of your sacred time with me today, and I'll see you soon.